One of my favorite gospel passages comes to us from Luke chapter 12, and I read it often, and it's titled Dependence on God. It's Luke 12, verse 22. Jesus said to his disciples, "Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life and what you will eat, or about your body and what you will wear. For life is more than food, and the body more than clothing. Notice the ravens. They do not sow or reap. They have neither storehouse nor barn, yet God feeds them. How much more important are you than birds? Can any of you, by worrying, add a moment to your lifespan? If even the smallest things are beyond your control, why are you anxious about the rest? Notice how the wild flowers grow. They do not toil or spin. But I tell you, not even Solomon in all his splendor was dressed like one of them. If God so clothes the grass in the field that grows today and is thrown into the oven tomorrow, will he not much more provide for you, O you of little faith? As for you, do not seek what you are to eat and what you are to drink, and do not worry anymore. All the nations of the world seek for these things, and your Father knows that you need them. Instead, seek his kingdom, and these other things will be given you besides. Do not be afraid any longer, little flock, for your Father is pleased to give you the kingdom. Sell your belongings and give alms. Provide money bags for yourselves that do not wear out, an inexhaustible treasure in heaven that no thief can reach nor moth destroy. For where your treasure is, there also will your heart be." This passage reminds me of St. Padre Pio, who said, "Pray, hope, and don't worry." Easy to say, right? But when we worry, we really have taken our eyes off of Jesus and put them on ourselves. It's Simon Peter walking on water and suddenly not looking at Christ, but looking at the storm. And that's when he sinks. So I just hear Jesus saying to us in these days, just keep your eyes fixed on me. Don't look anywhere else. Don't pay attention to the storm. Yes, there's things you have to take care of. Yes, there's things that cause us distress. There's things that we're naturally worried about. But fundamentally, we need to keep our eyes fixed on the Lord and his promise that he will always be with us. I find great consolation from this passage because it really speaks of our need to be reliant on divine providence. When I look at the context of my life, I would say 90% of the things I worried about never happened. And maybe the things that I should have been worrying about did happen, which shows the unpredictability of life. But in the end, we come to this place of trust, of knowing that God holds us in his hands and in his heart. He is the Lord of history. And so Luke 12:22, a great thing to tape on your refrigerator maybe, and just read and pray every day through these challenging days.